Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to yet another super cool, super awesome, and absolutely amazing session on the next chapter that is body fluids and circulation. Fine, everyone. Yes, I hope I'm audible to everyone. We'll wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start off with this super amazing session on the new chapter body
Audible to
fluids and
everyone.
circulation. Yes, yes. Good morning, Nila. Good morning, Shraddha. Good morning. Am I audible to everyone?
Good morning, Nila. Good morning, Shraddha. Good
Yes,
morning.
Shivani.
Good morning, Shraddha. Yes, Shivani.
Okay. Fine and perfect with everyone. Now, no echo, I hope. Yes. Ready for the class, everyone. Don't forget to 5 watching, 3 likes. Don't forget to hit the like button. So, without wasting our time, we are moving on with this chapter body fluids and circulation. That is, from the lower classes itself, we have been studying. Yes, guys. Am I clearly audible to
Studying.
everyone?
Yes, guys. Am I clearly audible to everyone?
If there is any issue where you cannot see the screen, where you cannot hear me, then you have to comment me on the chat box because I'm reducing the volume of my mobile phone in which I'm seeing your chats. Fine, perfect. So from the lower classes itself, we have been studying about this particular thing that is circulatory system. Am I right? So these all things you know very detailed manner. Circulation is the transport. Circulation generally refers to the term transport. In case circulatory system, you say in case of animals. Circulatory system, you say in case of animals, but in case of plants, you will be telling transport system. Am I right? So, what is this term? Circulation generally refers to? It refers to simply transportation of materials. And what are the materials? For example, nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, excretory products. So, transferring of all these different materials into the concerned tissues or organs, you will call it as the circulation. For circulation, for simple organism, in case of animal kingdom you studied, in case of porifera you have a particular opening called ostia, spongocele. I hope you guys remember all these things. Spongocele and osculum. So ostia to spongocele to osculum. So these part or the path of water transport, water canal system. Do you remember? Are you remembering all these things? Water canal system in case of sponges. Give me hearts on the screen if everything is fine and clear. Give me hearts on the screen if everything is fine and clear. Yes, it's not clear, or is it clear? Yes, guys, tell me. Yes, Nila. Yes, Shraddha. Yes, Shivani. Very good. Okay. So, in case of simple organisms such as sponges, yes, Pratipa. Sponges, coelenterates, they use water for transportation. They use water for transporting. Yes, Raman. Thank you so much. They use the water surrounding them to transport the nutrients, excretory material, digestive products. So all these things to different part of their body. For example, in case of complex organism, we use body fluids. We use body fluids in the chapter structural organization in animals. You studied about the fluid connective tissue, blood and lymph. Blood and lymph is the fluid connective tissue. Yes. So circulation is the transport of nutrients such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, excretory products from one part of the body to the another. And for circulation, simple organisms such as sponges, coelenterids, and all these smaller organisms or lower grade organisms use water on their surroundings to transport the materials inside their body. Then, in complex organisms, we use certain fluid substances called the blood or the lymph for the circulation of these particles. Next one. Look at the next one. Circulatory system. Circulatory system is mainly divided into two kinds. Closed circulatory system and open circulatory system. Open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. Open circulatory system, what happens here? The blood. Here the blood pumped by the heart passes through large vessels which are open into large cavities called sinuses. Very, very important. Okay. Yes. So look at this diagram. This diagram clearly makes you identify what you mean by an open circulatory system. The blood coming from the heart, the blood coming from the heart will be directly pumped on to the body parts. And in case of these sinuses, what are sinuses? Sinuses are the open large cavity, open cavities. And in case of these animals having an open circulatory system, all the internal organs are bathed in blood. All the internal organs are bathed in blood. They are situated like that. All the organs are exactly, they are bathed in blood. Okay, Shraddha, no issue for that. Okay, bathed in blood. All the organisms are bathed in blood. But in case of human beings, is it so? In case of complex organisms having a closed circulatory system, is it so? Is our organs just bathed in blood? No, the blood will only passes through certain structures, and that structures you will call it as blood vessel, which is our topic for the day. Okay, so in case of higher organism or those organism having a closed circulatory system, blood will only be present inside the blood vessels or the certain structures called blood vessels. Guys, tell me what are the three different kinds of blood vessels of our body? Three different kinds of blood vessel. Let me check who is going to tell me the answer first. The three types of blood vessels present in the body. Guys, all of these who are watching the session, don't forget to like the session right now. Okay, tell me what are those, the three types of blood vessels present in our body. Tell me. No one knows the answer for the question. Guys, the three type of blood vessels present in our body. Artery. Have you heard about these terms? Artery, veins and capillary. Artery, veins and capillaries. Guys, do you know these things? Yes. Artery, veins and capillary. Absolutely, guys. So, open circulatory system is seen in arthropods and mollusks. Whenever you just break a cockroach into two, the blood will ooze out fastly because there is no specific blood vessels to carry them. The blood is directly pumped from the heart into their common body part. There is no other different structure in case of simple organism. Next is closed circulatory system. In case of closed circulatory system, the blood pumped by the heart is transported through specialized structures called blood vessels. Okay, specialized structures called blood vessel. We have three different kinds. That is, first one is artery, second one is veins, and the third one is capillary. Artery, veins, and capillaries are the different kinds of blood vessels. And this closed circulatory system is more advantageous as the flow of fluid can be precisely regulated. Guys, name the structure that regulates the backflow of blood. Name the structure in the human heart that prevents the backflow of blood. The structure present in the human heart which prevents the backflow of blood. Yes, my topper batch, tell me. Backflow of blood inside the heart is prevented by. Guys, I'm receiving your comments so slowly, or I don't know whether you are not commenting or not. Whether is it your problem or is it my problem, I don't know. Tell me. The backflow of blood in case of heart is prevented by certain structures called. No one knows the answer for that question also. The answer is valve. Have you heard about semilunar valve, tricuspid valve, bicuspid valve? Yes, absolutely, Mansi. It is valves. For example, you can see the closed circulatory system from phylum Annelida to phylum Chordata. Perfect, everyone. Next one. Next topic. All vertebrates have a muscular chambered heart. All vertebrates have a muscular chambered heart. Yes, Shivani, it is a valve. For example, we have to study first about the fishes. Fishes have a two-chambered heart. Okay, sorry. Fishes have a two-chambered heart. That is, it has an atrium and a ventricle. I hope you know what you mean by an atrium and a ventricle. Am I? If you know, give me hearts on the screen, everyone. Give me hearts on the screen if you know what is meant by an atrium and what you mean by a ventricle. Come on, give me hearts on the screen if you know the answer for this, so that I should not explain it right from the beginning to get you bored. Atrium, ventricle, that two terms, if you know, give me hearts on the screen. Fast. Why there is so much of delay? Okay. I hope it's clear. Guys, in case of human heart, the upper chambers, there are two upper chambers, and that two upper chambers, you will call it as auricles or atrium. Auricles or atria, you will call the upper chambers of the heart. And the lower chambers of the heart, you will call it as the ventricles. The lower chambers of the heart, you will call it as the ventricles. So look at the type of heart, guys. This is the type of heart, or this is the image of a heart of a fish. Look, there are there is an atria and a ventricle. Look, this is an atria, this is a ventricle. Only two chambers are there. But look in case of human beings, mammals, birds, and aves, along with crocodile. What is crocodile? Very important question. Okay, crocodile. Name how many chambered heart is present in case of crocodile. Crocodile has four chambered heart, even though it is a reptile. Look, exceptions are very important in case of biology. In biology, you have abbreviation, that is the full forms are very important. ICBN, ICZN, SA node, all these things are very important. Then certain environmental years are very important. Then exception is of the high importance in biology, especially chemistry also. From periodic table and all, you will have exceptions are very important. I hope the next text is about the periodic table, right? Guys, how was the exam? Was it easy than the first one, or was it difficult than the first one? How much? Does anybody have the confidence that you will be scoring above 100? Those who have written the test, I'm asking. Yes, I hope it was bit difficult than the first test. Am I right? Because these all were previous year NEET questions. These all were the previous year NEET question, and I hope you might have all received the previous year CBSE NEET AIPMT questions. I just posted motion in a plane and also periodic table. I just posted in the group in the form of a PDF. Yes. So I hope you would have got it. So if you work out those questions, surely you will be getting some confidence that the questions from this chapter, all these are the previous year questions. And if I study or read NCRT textbook, okay, I'll be perfect with these because all these are the direct questions from NCRT. You will get it. Okay. If you work hard on the questions, at least the questions that I sent yesterday after preparing yourself, you will definitely score good marks. Next one, in case of amphibians, that is what are amphibians? Those organisms which live on both land and water. They have the three-chambered heart. That is two atria and one ventricle. Two atria and one ventricle is there. Then, in case of reptiles, almost all the reptiles have a three-chambered heart except crocodile. Crocodile have a four-chambered heart. That's why this question is at least 25 times repeated MCQ for your NEET exam. Fine. So here, incomplete partition of the ventricle. There is an incomplete partition of the ventricle. Then in case of crocodiles, birds and mammals, you will have a clearly visible four-chambered heart, that is upper atria, right and left atria, then right and left ventricle. So actually there are four chambers in the heart. In the left side, actually when this diagram looks like, you will have to say this is the right side. This is the right side and this is to be the left side. Am I right? Yes. So the right atrium and the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. So right atrium and right ventricle always, right side of the heart always carry deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood. What do you mean by deoxygenated blood? What is deoxygenated? Guys, you have to study this. Deoxygenated. What do you mean by deoxygenated? Anybody on the chat box? Deoxygenated blood. What do you mean by deoxygenated blood? Deoxygenated blood is also, you can call it as impure blood. In the question, you can get all these terms. Okay, you will sometimes be getting deoxygenated blood, or they will be asking you impure blood or carbon dioxide rich blood, carbon CO2 rich blood. So all these are, yes, impure blood, blood rich in CO2. Absolutely, Anirudh Nila, perfect. So deoxygenated blood is a type of blood which is impure blood or carbon dioxide rich blood. So the right side of the heart always carry deoxygenated blood and the left side of the heart always carry oxygenated blood. Left side of the heart always carry oxygenated blood. So I hope this is to be very easy. Yes. Next is the patterns of circulation in vertebrates. The patterns of circulation in vertebrates. That is, you will sometimes you will be having a single circulation, then incomplete double circulation, or absolute double circulation you will be having. So guys, this in case of fishes and all. Oh my god, how is this happened? In case of fishes and all, you will have a single circulation. In case of amphibians, you will be having incomplete double circulation. And in case of humans and animals, aves and birds, you will having double circulation. So single circulation, double circulation, and incomplete double circulation. Fine, everyone. Yes. Moving on with the next one, next topic in detail about each thing. First one about the single circulation. First one is all about the single circulation. Single circulation is generally seen in fishes. What is the term or the class of fishes known as pisces? So class pisces, you will have the single circulation. The heart receives only impure blood. Impure blood. So you will generally call it as a venous heart. Venous heart. What is veins usually carry deoxygenated blood. Veins usually carry deoxygenated blood, but there is an exception. But there is an exception which we'll study in detail in the upcoming classes. Okay. Okay, Anirudh, are you understanding? Raman, Pratipa, Shivani, are you all understanding? Yes. So in case of pisces, that is a fishes, you will have the impure blood only in the heart. That is, the heart of the fishes will generally be referred to as the venous heart. Okay, yes, absolutely, Anirudh. Pulmonary vein carry oxygenated blood. Okay, I'll tell about that in the later classes. So look, deoxygenated blood is passed on to the heart. From the heart, the same deoxygenated blood is passed on to the gills. From the gills, the blood gets oxygenated and is passed on to the body parts. From the body parts, the deoxygenated blood what produced, and it again comes back to the heart. In this pathway, at any point of time, have you find oxygen rich blood coming inside the heart of the pisces? Only deoxygenated blood present in the heart, is it? Only deoxygenated blood. Look very clearly on this start. The deoxygenated blood from the heart. The deoxygenated blood delivered from all parts of the body coming into the heart. Then from all the body parts, the waste materials, that is the deoxygenated blood, again comes to the heart. Only deoxygenated blood will only comes in the heart. The oxygenated blood will be supplied definitely to all the body parts, but no oxygenated blood enters the heart. Fine. So this is all about the single circulation. Single circulation. So single circulation seen in case of fishes. Heart receives impure blood only, and this is the pathway. Next, incomplete double circulation. Incomplete double circulation. Next one, incomplete double circulation. 1 second. Yes. So incomplete double circulation is seen in amphibians and reptiles. Amphibians and reptiles, you will see incomplete double circulation. The left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the gills or lungs or the skin. Amphibians and reptiles can breathe or respire through many ways, right? So left atrium receives, I already told that the right side of the heart always carry deoxygenated blood and the left side of the heart always carry oxygenated blood. So the left atrium receives the oxygenated blood exactly in case of human beings also. It receives oxygenated blood, the left auricle, from the gills, lungs or the skin. The right atrium, the right side of the heart always carry deoxygenated blood from the all other body parts. So guys, this is the right auricle. This is the right auricle, and the blood from all the body parts, the deoxygenated blood from the upper part and the deoxygenated blood from the lower part, all these comes into the right side of the heart. However, they get mixed up. In case of incomplete double circulation, these bloods get mixed up in a single ventricle because they have only two atria. They have two different atria. Look, they have two different atria, but they have only one ventricle. Yes, look at the diagram carefully. This is an auricle. Yes, this is one auricle. This is another auricle. Two auricles we have studied. But for both the auricle, they have only one ventricle. They have only one ventricle. Very clearly shown in the diagram. Yes. So, even though the right side receives deoxygenated blood and the left side receives oxygenated blood, in the ventricle these gets mixed up. So ventricle pumps out mixed blood, that is partially pure and partially impure blood. The impurities will also get mixed up with the blood released by the ventricles in case of the amphibians and the reptiles. Give me thumbs up on the screen if you are clear up to the topic of incomplete double circulation. Give me thumbs up on the screen fast. Up to here, is that everything is clear? Each and every minute topic. No doubts. No doubts. Anyone have any doubt? You can ask. Okay, no one has doubt. I hope, because we haven't discussed something which is very difficult. These all are the basic terms. If you have any doubt about the foolish question, also you are free to ask, and I'll explain it. Then only I'll be able to understand what all things are getting into your mind. Okay, next is the double circulation. It is seen in case of birds and mammals. Name one reptile that shows a four-chambered heart or a double circulation. A reptile also shows a double circulation. Name the reptile that shows the process of double circulation. Same as the thing seen in aves and mammals. Name the reptile. Yes, I'll read you out to your chats. You can comment me on the chat box. Absolutely, Nila. It is a crocodile. Why? Because crocodile also is an exception in case of reptiles. It also have a four-chambered heart. It also have a four-chambered heart. The right atrium receives deoxygenated blood, and that right atrium it is passed on to the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, the blood is passed on to the lungs. From the right ventricle, the blood is passed on to the lungs for purification. From the lungs, the blood comes to the left atrium, that is the oxygenated blood, and that oxygenated blood is passed on to the left atrium, and from the left atrium the blood passed on to all body parts, and the blood passes out from the left ventricle is the oxygenated blood or the oxygen rich blood. So in case of amphibians and in case of birds and mammals, there is no mixing up of blood. There is no mixing up of blood in case of birds and mammals, because we have two separate auricles, two separate ventricles. The two auricles are separated by a separation. Two ventricles are separated by a separation. The auricles and ventricles are also separated by a separation on the both sides of the heart. Yes. Next, we are going to discuss in detail about the human circulatory system. Super excited for the next topic, human circulatory system. Give me hearts on the screen. All the people watching the class, all the students watching the class, I should receive the hearts on the screen from all the students watching the class right now. All of you watching the session right now must give me thumbs up on the screen or hearts on the screen. Fast. Thumbs up or hearts on the screen fast. We should not waste our precious time. We have only few hours left in. We have only few days left in front of us. Yes. Only three people, only two people, Nila and Shivani watching the session. Where is Pratibha, Anirudh? Where are the others? Only two people. Fine. Next is the blood vessels and the heart is our today's topic, and we are going to discuss in detail about this particular topic, that is the blood vessels and the heart is today's topic. Fine, everyone. So guys, take a screenshot of this. I'll be back in just 10 seconds. I'll be back in just 10 seconds. Just take a screenshot of this. Yes, guys, have you all taken the screenshot? Yes, I hope you all have taken the screenshot of this particular slide. That is the human circulatory system we are going to discuss in detail. The human circulatory system we are going to discuss in detail. Yes, everyone. Fine. So, the human circulatory system, one second. Human circulatory system is generally classified into two, that is the blood vascular system and the lymphatic vessel. Guys, if you can, you have to take a white sheet of paper, just draw the chart very neatly. Use, if you have color pens or color pencils or whatever, you can use this. You can use color pens and color pencils to use it, make beautiful. Okay. Okay. So take a white sheet of a paper and you can use a white sheet of a paper and you can draw it very beautifully and have to make it understand. Okay, so blood vascular system and the lymphatic system. The blood vascular system is again divided into two, that is a heart and the blood. Okay, the blood vascular system is divided into the heart and the blood. System is divided into the heart. I hope I'm clearly audible to each one of you. Yes. First, we will be discussing about this. So, the blood composed of two different elements, that is the blood plasma and the formed elements. Okay, so the blood is composed of two different components, that is a plasma and the formed elements. Guys, I hope these things you know. So if you know, you just comment which will increase. I'll call out your name. I'll call out your names. Also, comment me the answer fastly. I'll call out your names. Okay, just don't wait for me to explain. You comment me what you know about all these things on the chat box. Fine. Let me check who all are remembering the things what they have studied in their lower grades. Fine. So that with your active participation only we will be able to move forward. Okay, the chat box is remaining so silent with none of your comments, none of you responding. Or I hope it might be due to a network issue from my side that I'm receiving your comments very slowly. Yes, so comment me the things which you know about these. So the blood is composed of two different elements, that is a plasma and the formed elements. From the formed elements, you will have three different kinds of cells, that is RBC, WBC and platelets. RBC, WBC and platelets. What is RBC? Red blood corpuscles. WBC, white blood corpuscles, and platelets. We have to discuss in detail at that particular time. At that particular time, we will be discussing in detail about the function and the number, the count, everything over in the upcoming slides. The WBCs are again classified into granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes divided into neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils. Guys, this is not the spelling of eosinophils according to NCERT textbook. This is EOSINOPHILS. Eosinophils and basophils. Agranulocytes divided into lymphocytes and monocytes. Blood vessels. Okay, I just forgot to tell that. Heart is also divided into blood vessels, that is artery, veins, and capillary. I hope most of you are feeling a bit confused over here. So I'll explain in detail about each one of these terms, in detail. So first we are going to discuss about blood. What is blood? What is blood? The answer will be red colored fluid, the red colored substance, the red colored fluid present inside our body. You will call it as a blood. Yes, this is the general answer you are getting. But a neat preparing student should never tell that blood is composed of two components, that is plasma and formed elements. Blood is a mixture of two components, that is a blood plasma and the formed elements. 55% of the blood is plasma. The rest 45% is only formed elements. What are formed elements? The formed elements includes a different type of cells. The formed elements includes a different types of cells. Okay, guys, are you all here? Are you all here? Should we stop the class? Should we stop the class now? Yes? Tell me. Should we stop the class? After that, we'll move forward. Should we stop the class or we have to continue with the class? The chat box is remaining so silent. Have the Josh in the class, guys. Have the Josh in the class. Be energetic, be active. Because this is the chat box is the only way where I'm going to get connected with you. Okay. So the composition of the blood, that is the blood plasma, 55% of the blood is blood plasma, 45% of the blood is formed elements. Okay, Shivani, but don't forget to watch this later. Okay, don't forget to watch. So plasma, it is a straw colored and slightly alkaline fluid matrix. So the plasma is a straw colored and a slightly alkaline fluid matrix, and the formed elements include the RBC, WBC and the platelets. RBC, WBC and the platelets. Okay, so these are the different components. RBC, WBC, platelets. In the formed elements, then plasma contains 55% of the blood is plasma, and it contains straw colored, slightly alkaline and a fluid matrix, and its pH is about 7.4. 7.4 is a slight pH, slightly alkaline. Next, those who need this, take a screenshot for this. Those who need this can take a screenshot for this. Yes, fast. I'll wait for 10 seconds, after which we'll continue. Because this is a one page topic on your NCRT. This is a one page topic on your NCRT. Okay. So you would be able to get all these things in a single thing. Okay, I hope you might have taken. Yes, listen everyone. The constituents of plasma. First, we are going to discuss about plasma, the different components of the plasma, and along with its function. So plasma consists of water, that is 90 to 92% of the in the total components of the blood. 55% is blood plasma, 45% is the cells. Among this plasma, 90 to 92% is completely water. And what is the function of water? The water act as a good the water act as a good solvent. The water act as a good solvent. Then this is very important, guys, very important. Previous year repeated MCQ, 20-25 times repeated MCQ for your previous examination. The plasma proteins, how much percentage of the plasma is plasma proteins? It is 6 to 8% of the constituent is the plasma protein. So there are three different kinds of plasma protein: fibrinogen, globulin and albumin. Fibrinogen, globulin and albumin are the different kinds of plasma protein. What is the function of fibrinogen? Fibrinogen is a blood protein that helps in the blood clotting or blood coagulation. Look, when a hand gets injured, the blood have to clot, right? So for the clotting of the blood, name the protein, name the plasma protein which is essential for the clotting of blood. It is fibrinogen. Then globulin, you might have heard about immunoglobulin. I don't know whether you might have heard it or not. ICSE students up to class 10th ICSE student, they might have heard about this. 2021 students definitely know, because now they are studying your 12th standard, right? So immunoglobulins you might have studied. Immunoglobulins, simply we refer it immunoglobulins to antibody. So globulins act as antibodies for the defense of the body. Globulins act as the antibody for the defense of the body. Next is the albumins. What are albumins? Albumins helps in the osmotic balance of the body, and it also regulates the blood pressure. Albumin regulates the blood pressure and also it maintains the osmotic balance of the body. Okay. Okay, everyone. Next is the glucose, amino acids, lipids, and cholesterol. Glucose, amino acids, lipids, and cholesterol are required for the energy production and growth. For the energy production and growth, you will have the glucose, amino acid, lipids, cholesterol. Then inorganic substances are present, inorganic ions are present, which are required for the regulation of osmosis, and certain gases are required for the transport. Guys, among this, the things that you have to study is the constituent of water. 90 to 92% is a water, which act as a good solvent, and this is the most important. Most important is the plasma protein. Hope you're understanding. Let me check how many are left out. Yes. Next is the formed elements. Next is the formed elements. So first one is red blood cells or erythrocytes. Definitely the NEET MCQs will comes from this option. RBC also called erythrocytes. WBC second one also known as leukocytes. Third one platelets also known as thrombocytes. This would definitely be containing in the option. Platelets, thrombocytes, WBC, white blood corpuscles, leukocytes, and red blood corpuscles, erythrocytes. Look, this is the red blood cells. You might be common with the red blood cells. These small structures, a small knot having no regular shape, that you will call it as the platelets. And this largest cells, the biggest cells in the blood, which you will call it as the white blood cells. WBC, for that you will call. Going into detail about the structure and function of erythrocytes, next one. Okay, so what is the color of RBC? RBC is red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. RBC is red in color due to the presence of a pigment called hemoglobin. So what is the main function of hemoglobin? Hemoglobin, you should not tell hemoglobin gives red color to the blood. The main function of hemoglobin is it acts as an oxygen carrier. It acts as an oxygen carrier, or hemoglobin has the oxygen binding capacity or oxygen carrying capacity. Next one, the lifespan of RBC. I'm telling only the important points. Lifespan of RBC is 120 days. Lifespan of RBC is 120 days. And what is the count of RBC? How much RBC is found in our blood? In 1 millimeter cube of blood, you will have 5 to 5.5 million RBC. 5 to 5.5 million RBCs are present. And where are these RBCs formed? The RBCs are formed in the red bone marrow. The RBCs are formed in the red bone marrow. And what is the structure of RBC? It is biconcave in shape, no nucleus. It is no nucleated condition. It has no mitochondria. It has no Golgi apparatus. It has no endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, why is it biconcave in shape? In order to accommodate more oxygen in it. In order to accommodate more oxygen. First one. Then why it has no nucleus? Why a mature RBC does not have a nucleus? Because if nucleus is present, a large portion of the cell is occupied by the nucleus, right? So if no nucleus is present, that much space is available for that particular cell to transport oxygen. First one. Second, why it does not have a mitochondria inside it? Why it does not having a mitochondria? Why? Because mitochondria main function is what? Respiration. Cellular respiration is the function of mitochondria. So if mitochondria is present, the function of RBC is oxygen transport, not oxygen utilization. If mitochondria is present, large amount of oxygen will be absorbed by the mitochondria for cellular respiration itself. It does not have Golgi bodies or endoplasmic reticulum in order to have a smooth movement, because we have to transport the RBC have to transfer from the head to the nuke in each and new corners of the body, such as the toe of the body. Yes, right. So what are the main function of RBC or erythrocytes? Simply transport of gases, act as the oxygen carrier. The pigment present in it actually helps in the transport of oxygen. Guys, this is how hemoglobin carries oxygen throughout the body. This is how the hemoglobin molecule and binds with the oxygen molecule. This thread like structure is the hemoglobin, and this blue structures, you will call it as the blood oxygen, and this is the RBC, biconcave in shape. I hope you understood about RBC or red blood cells. Next one is about the white blood cells or leukocytes. The color, it does not have any color. Its lifespan is 1 to 15 days. So the lifespan of a white blood corpuscle is 1 to 15 days. But what was the lifespan of RBC? It was, what is the lifespan of RBC? 120 days is the lifespan of RBC. And what is the count of RBC? 5 to 5.5 million per mm cube of blood, right? Millimeter cube of blood. So here the count is 6,000 to 8,000. RBC is the most. That is why our blood is red in color. That is why our blood is red in color, due to the presence of more number of red blood cells. It is 5 to 5.5 million. It is not 5 to 5.5, it is 5 to 5.5 million. Whereas the count of WBC is just 6,000 to 8,000. Then the RBC was formed in the red bone marrow. Here the WBC can be produced in the bone marrow, lymph glands, or the spleen. The structure is, they have a well-defined nucleus. They will be asking you a question. Name the type of WBC having a headset shaped nucleus. A headset shaped nucleus. It is for the eosinophils. This eosinophils is related with the allergic disorders, allergic reaction. The largest among the whole WBC type is the monocyte. Look, look guys, monocyte, guys, this small dots, we cannot say it has to be the granules. We cannot say it to be the granules. Okay, look, these are the lymphocytes and monocytes. No granules are present. So you will call it as agranulocytes. Lymphocytes and monocytes, you will call it as agranulocytes. Look, their body, all of their body is covered by granules. So this you will call it as the granulocytes. Eosinophils, basophils, and neutrophils, you will call it as the granulocytes. And what is the main function of WBC? Helps in the defense mechanism of the body. Take a screenshot for this, everyone. Take a screenshot for this. All things in just simple. Simply shown. Neutrophils, also known as heterophils, it is the highest percentage. The highest percentage of WBC, it is the neutrophils or heterophils, helps in phagocytosis, or it acts as a soldiers of the body. It acts as a soldiers of the body. Then eosinophils or acidophils, it causes allergic reaction and resists the infections. Basophils, very minute quantities, that is cyanophils, secrete certain substances such as histamine, serotonin, heparin. Very, very important. Okay, definitely there will be neat MCQs. If you check, you will definitely see neat MCQs coming from this part. Name the type of WBC that secretes histamine, serotonin, and heparin. Histamine, serotonin, heparin secreted by basophils, or your option may contain only this term, that is a cyanophils. Okay. Allergic reaction caused by eosinophils, soldiers of the body, neutrophils or heterophils. The largest amount of WBC, the largest type of WBC, that is the heterophils or neutrophils, 60 to 65 percentage. Monocyte, I already shown you the picture. It is the largest WBC. Once again, I'll show you. Look, look, this is the monocytes. This is the monocytes. Monocyte is the largest WBC. Okay, largest WBC is the monocyte, and it has a kidney shaped nucleus. It has a kidney shaped nucleus. Yes, fine. And monocytes are always controlling the phagocytic activity, and the lymphocytes are the smallest WBC having the largest nuclei. They are controlling the defense mechanisms of the body. Last but not the least, the last blood vessel, that is the platelets or thrombocytes. It does not have any color. Its lifespan is just 7 days. This is the lifespan of platelets, just 7 days, but it count as 1.5 to 3.5 lakh. Okay, the count of platelets is 1.5, 1 lakh to 3 lakh. They are found in specialized cells of the bone marrow called megakaryocyte. They are found in defined cells in the bone marrow, which you will call it as the megakaryocytes. They are also non-nucleated cell fragments. They are actually fragments. Guys, this is the activated platelets. Actually, the actual structure of the platelets. This is actually inactivated platelets, and this is appearing violet in color because of the stained thing. And the main function of platelets is platelets helps in the blood clotting. So simply, if we consider a summary of all the three blood vessels, RBC helps in the transport of oxygen. Second, WBC helps in the defense mechanisms of the body. Platelets helps in the blood clotting. Platelets helps in the blood coagulation. Fine, fine. So guys, in the next class, we'll be studying about the blood coagulation. So I'm stopping with today's class. In the next class, we'll be studying about the blood coagulation and the blood groups. Blood coagulation and the blood groups we'll be studying in the next class. Okay. After these things, only we can move with what. Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the class. Those who were not able to watch the class live now, go to the YouTube, search in the community page, body fluids and circulation, and then you will be able to find it out. So, making you remember once again, the next mock test, NEET Model Exam number 3, will be on October 2nd. PCB will be there, 10 from physics, 10 chemistry, 10 15 from biology. Biology, the chapter is human physiology, first chapter, digestion and absorption. Fine. Hope you all are understanding. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe our wonderful channel BioPoint. Fine, everyone. See you in the next class.